What'd say? Welcome, folks. Come on in, get you something to drink, something to eat, and something to lick on. And we're going to work on this OK guitar today. Talked to the owner, got to go ahead on some things. And I'm not going to do very much to it tonight, but we're going to check out, I'm going to teach you something about truss rods tonight. So stay tuned. Alright, well, welcome back. Appreciate you coming back, everybody. This guitar is a good example of what I've been talking about all along. Truss rods, tighten them, in little increments, tightening them under string tension, or tightening them. This guitar is 60 years old or so, nearly 60. Okay, we'd have no idea. That truss rod may have not been turned in the last 30 years. It may have not been turned in the last 60 years. We don't know. So I'm going to show you how to adjust that. But first, I'm going to take a soldering iron here and go over some of these solder joints. Just touch them up a little bit. I showed them to you in another video. I probably won't show you on this one. They're pretty bad. They look like cold solder joints. A lot of them do. So I'm just going to take a soldering iron, go over them, melt that a little bit, and just assure it's got a good connection. Owner wants to keep these guts in here, keep it all original, so that's what we're going to do. Ain't going to take nothing out. Just solder the joints, go over the joints that look funky. Like cold joints, that's what they look like. Cold joints is no good, man. Well, I don't know, I guess about any kind of joint's good. Woo! Alright, welcome back. Oh, I can't show you this very good, man. Working over here under this light in the corner here like this. I guess I could set the camera over in there, shine it back this way. But all I'm going to do, taking a screwdriver, I'm going to hold the wires down on the backs of those pots so they don't fly up when the solder melts. I found the tips for this gun, by the way. It's got a bigger one in it than what it had. It's still awfully small though, but it's doing the job. Get on top of that bad boy and hold him down. Wow, that's heating that up quick, man. I wouldn't do that before. Like I say, I won't hold you here. I just wanted to show you what I was doing. And I'm just making these cold solder joints look better. They work. I mean, you heard the guitar. They work fine. They just not a good idea having joints that loose. How y'all been doing, man? Hope the world's been good to you. Sure has been good here. I'm going to go around these pots and check those too, but I'm not going to hold you up for it. Check the jack back here and the wires on the switch. They look pretty good, but they should be heated, and I'll do that one right now. Anyways, I'll bring you back after I do this. Then we'll get into that truss rod deal, and I'll explain what you ought to do if you're working on a guitar truss rod and you don't know how long it's been since that rod has been adjusted or touched. And now, I should probably plug this up real quick, see if those still work okay. Before I put the screws back in it. That humming that you hear is that amp. That's that little G-Deck amp made by Fender. I don't really care what it sounds like, I just want to make sure the pickups work. That should be the front one only. Let me make sure everything's on here. And not this one. That should be this one. Not this one. It's picking up. They should be potted. These pickups should be potted. They're not. Probably if I talked into them, you would be able to hear it through the amp. I didn't hear it through the amp. I don't know. Maybe it might be alright. Alright, everything works. Alright, well, it's bitching time. Somebody has tied these strings on here, every one of them. Wow, I don't know why people do that. I don't think the owner did it, but someone sure did. And you can almost bet when someone does this, they don't play very many live shows. You know, an old guy like me gets a hold of it and I can't see it, man. I cannot see it to get it loose. This is just total bullshit. People that would do that. I mean, look, man, you can't pull it off. I got to get a hold of it with this some way and untie it. And I'm not getting a hold of it. I don't know why people does this. I see things on YouTube, all kinds of shit about wrapping your string around your peg and tie it and pull it over the top and down under the bottom. You don't need to do all that shit, folks. I mean, if you wrap it on there and get enough wraps, it's not going to go anywhere. And if you break a string and you need to change it on stage, it don't take you, you don't go through this. If I was on stage right now and this happened, man, I wouldn't be a very happy camper. I can tell you that. I don't know how I'm going to get it off. I'll come back to it. For now, I'll just cut the bastard off. That's just unbelievable. They're all of them's like that. See there, that one's that way too, and it's even littler than the one I just got through fighting. Amazing, man. It's freaking amazing. I was going to say, I see people on YouTube talking about that all the time. It's senseless. I mean, if you just take a few minutes and wrap the damn thing around the peg and run it all the way up the peg. Oh, I see it. I can get in right here. You know, I thought I saw it. Yeah. There we go. Then I'm going to turn the camera off and fight that bastard for about 30 minutes. And select some very carefully selected words that you probably don't want to hear. Alright, finally, after carefully selecting a bunch of very special words, that's a 5/16. I did go ahead and get the wrench out. That's it, it fits it good and tight. Here's where the magic happens. I've got some WD-40 in this cup right here, and a very tiny macro brush. I'm going to suck up a bunch of that, and we want to get that right on those threads, man. Also, I'm going to hold the guitar up too, so if it can, it'll run down in there, down in the threads. Now you can see a little bit better what I'm talking about. Before you ever go tightening on that thing, you want to make sure it's oiled, especially if it's a very old guitar and you don't have any idea how long it's been since the last guy was in here. I'm just holding it up, hoping it, you know, that's WD-40. It'll get in them threads if there's any opening at all for it to get into. And that's all I need that for. Watch me spill it. Alright, welcome back. Haven't tried anything yet. I'm just letting that oil soak in good. Let's see, that's loosened. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. In some cases, sometimes you have to heat that. Take a soldering iron, stick up against that metal and heat it. If it don't turn, it's turning. Boy, she is tight, man. Holy shit, it's tight. And it is turning. Alright. I think I'm going to have to tighten it though. Check the neck and see. Well, maybe not. See if that neck's straight or what we can do with it. Because with the strings on it, it had some forward bow in it, and that thing is tight, man. In fact, I'm going to work it good. There, it just got loose. Wow, that thing's tight. work those threads, get that oil in there. Best thing in the world you can do for it. In fact, I'm going to loosen it quite loose and put more oil on it. And I'm going to tighten it and put even yet more oil on it. There's a piece of string. Let me get into that. I hear heat coming. It's loose now. Oh, that turns so much easier, man. I thought I said that. This ratchet's screwed. Oh yeah, man. It's getting tight, but it's turning way easier than it was. I tightened it up pretty tight. I want to have the neck flat because I want to work on the frets on this guitar. And I like to take a straight edge, just lay it on there, and check both ends of the thing. See, that won't go under there. It goes till it hits the straight edge. Check both ends and check about the center of the neck. And you can see there, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's not going in there, so the neck is perfectly straight right now. That's perfect, man. So when I get ready to do the frets, they'll be flat. It'll be flat. It is flat right now. I'm glad because it's starting to get a little bit tight. Of course, with this little wrench, you know, if you got a big wrench, bigger than that, you're going to put a lot more pressure on that head than you think you're putting on it. Use a little one if you can get by with it. That's as straight as she's going to get, folks. That's down here, right here where this fretboard extension is. Man, there is a wicked ski jump right there. The fret comes down, it's level, and right there, the last probably four frets or maybe 5, it's got a ski jump there. There's really no way to fix that. I was thinking about putting a shim in it, but that's not going to take care of that. You'd have to take the frets out of it and sand that out. Wow, I don't know. We'll see how low we can get the action like this, but that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you for coming along for the ride. I guess the next video we'll start working on the frets on this thing, and I have to knock the nut out of it. It's glued in. It looks like pretty good. We'll color all the frets up blue. No other color works but blue. You all know that. And I'm going to use the radius block again because these frets are worn so little. They're not very much at all, man. So I can determine what the radius of the fretboard is and use a radius block with sandpaper and color them, and, you know, and then sand down until all the blue disappears off of every fret, and then we'll have our radius in there. And then we'll use the fret erasers again. Try them out, see if they work as good on this guitar as they did the other one. Different kinds of fret wire. You never know till you try. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another video, probably on this guitar, pretty soon. Cheers.